Dan saya ingin garis bawahi, pemilik kekuasaan di Republik ini adalah rakyat. Jadi ini tidak sedang...
It's definitely big. Yes, on economic side, we have projects that we can have cooperations to take care of, and beside that, people-to-people cooperations is something that we would like to promote further. Cultural exchanges, education exchanges, social exchanges, those are areas that Tokyo and Jakarta could forge further cooperations. And what's also interesting is we both have strong roots in our culture. But on the other hand, we would like to ensure that our government, our economy, our development are state of the art. And I think we share a similar view on that. And also, I would like to make sure that the long-term friendship that we already had in the past will continue in the future. Very positive. She's very smart. She also understands well about our challenge and link that to the challenge of Tokyo. We talk about environment, we talk about infrastructure, we talk about education, and she also brought up the fact that there are 77 schools in Tokyo who is focusing on Indonesia. And it was a very nice conversation, and I understand that she is trying to bring the global perspective into the city of Tokyo. I spent my summer one time in Sophia University, and she told me, perhaps when you were here, you don't have this list. So she gave me a list of places with regard that provided halal food and things like that. And it was very interesting conversation, and I must say that she is somebody who is visionary, who have a long-term perspective of the city of Tokyo, and I look forward to have further cooperation with her. Indonesia has been the home for Muslims for centuries. And in Indonesia, we have expressed our beliefs in ways that is in line with principle of democracy, principle of modern civil society. And therefore, in Indonesia, you are seeing an interesting phenomenon, which often surprise the world. One is we have flourishing democracy. Our democracy is consolidating. And two, this is also a nation that is home to more than 200 million Muslims and adore the principle of democracy. And this is also a land that gives liberty of rooms for expressions. Freedom of expressions is protected. Freedom to organize is also respected. So the state cannot regulate what you can think of. We cannot regulate our ideas. We can regulate how you express ideas. A democracy needs both rooms for freedom of expressions in all kinds, and two is rule of law, especially law enforcement, making sure that if anyone break the law, break the rules and regulations, then the state will intervene. And we have had elections, we have had diverse view on many things, but we have always come to a situations of agreement, come to situation where decision is accepted. In elections, sometimes the debate, the conversation is quite strong. Once the election is over, we're moving on to our collective agenda. And that has been the case for many years. And I often said, Indonesia is often a disappointment to many pessimists. We have disappointed so many pessimists about Indonesia, and I believe we will continue to grow. And for those who are quite pessimistic, as always, we'll have the reality otherwise. I'll share some of my experience during the campaign and our agenda for Jakarta. One of our biggest challenges in Jakarta is to ensure that the city provide equal opportunity for everyone, equal access from clean water to business opportunity, equal access to all. And that is the challenge that we have. Disparities in the cities is quite wide. The gap between the have and the have-nots, the work and the work-nots, the knows and the knows-not is huge. And in a city of around 10 million people, we have no less than 3 million people living under poverty. And if you look at achievement in education, we have a big challenge. In North Jakarta, half of our youth were never graduated from high schools. And for a capital city, that is not good. So one of the immediate challenge we would like to tackle is on the issue of inequality, poverty. On top of that, we will continue on infrastructure development, for sure. Our tagline was progressive city and happy populations. So I will be talking about Jakarta, its challenge, our agenda, and possibility of cooperations between Tokyo and Jakarta. Be the bridge in strengthening cooperations between the two, Jakarta and Tokyo, Indonesia and Japan. Jakarta and Tokyo are sister city already, but we need to have more cooperations. And I do hope institutions like the Sasakawa Peace Foundations can be the fertile ground for allowing possible cooperations to grow. So in the area of education, social sector, cultural, and I think Sasakawa Foundations could help to facilitate. Your network here in Japan is extensive, and I do believe that with your net in Jakarta too, and will be your counterpart too, we would love to have more exchanges, more joint programs between Japan and Indonesia.